Welcome to Elderly Wisdom, the place where age is not a limitation, but a badge of honor. Here we share life lessons, truths, and stories no one else dares to say out loud. If you're over 60 or love someone who is, you're in the right place. Stay with us, because what you'll hear here is honest, sometimes uncomfortable, but always empowering. Let's discover together how to age with dignity, confidence, and yes, a little spark asterisk. Let me ask you something, my friend. Have you ever noticed that people sometimes pull away from seniors not because of age, but because of habits that no one dares to point out? As there are things most seniors do that are quietly noticed by everyone, but never mentioned out loud, and these things can slowly drain the respect, joy, and connection that you truly deserve. Today, I am going to share the first four of these ugly things, and I promise you, if you recognize them and shift them, you will change the way people see you and the way you feel about yourself. So, let us begin with the very first. Number 1, constant complaining. Complaining may seem small, it may feel like just a release of frustration, but the truth is, it can turn into a habit that eats away at the energy of every room you enter. Think about this. For a moment, when was the last time someone called you just to complain for half an hour? How did you feel afterwards? Did you feel inspired or drained? No, imagine if every time you walk into a room or join a conversation you carry the tone of complaint. People may still smile, but deep inside they are pulling away. No one tells you this because they want to respect you, but everyone notices it. Instead of complaining, start sharing gratitude. To talk about one thing that went right today. Talk about the meal you enjoyed or the smile from a neighbor. Gratitude makes people lean in, complaining makes them back away. And here's the hook: which would you rather have, people leaning into your presence or slowly leaning outnumbered to talking only about health problems? No. Let us be real, every senior has health challenges. Yes, it is natural and human, but when your entire conversation becomes a list of pains, pills, and doctor visits, people stop listening, yet because they do not care, but because they feel helpless. They cannot fix your arthritis, they cannot erase your back pain. So instead of bonding, it becomes a wall. Think of conversations as a gift you bring to the table. Would you bring a wrapped gift filled with nothing but your ashes, or would you bring a gift filled with stories, wisdom, humor, and joy? Here is the secret: mention your health if it matters, but do not make it the headline of every talk, because when you do, people begin to label you in their mind as the person who only talks about problems. You are far more than that. You have a lifetime of experiences to share. So ask yourself right now, do I want to be remembered as the person who complained about knees, or the person who inspired with stories of resilience? Number 3, refusing to learn new things. This one is powerful. Many seniors proudly say, I am too old for that, or that is not for me. Whether it is a phone app, a new type of music, or a hobby, they close the door before even trying. But here is the truth that no one says out loud: when you refuse to learn new things, people do not see it as age, they see it as stubbornness, and stubbornness makes you look older than you are. You know what keeps you young? Curiosity, willingness to try. Even if you fail, it may give you a hook. Here a picture to senior son says, I will never learn how to use a smartphone, it is too complicated. Other says, I will give it a try even if it takes me longer. Which one do you want to sit beside? Which one do you want to invite to gatherings? The curious learner or the stubborn refuser? You see, learning does not mean mastering, it means showing that your mind is alive. It means telling the world, I am still growing. And when people see that, they cannot help but admire you. So the next time someone offers to show you something new, do not shut it down. Say, yes, show me, even if it feels awkward at first. You are planting the seeds of youth in your spirit. Number 4, criticizing the younger generation. This one is tough because it is easy to slip into saying things like, kids these days have no respect, or people today do not know how to work hard. It feels harmless, but let me tell you the hidden cost. Of every time you criticize the younger generation, you widen the gap between you and them. Instead of seeing you as wise, they see you as disconnected, and the tragedy is that deep down you do not want separation. You want connection. Think about it this way: when you were young, did your elders ever criticize your music, your clothes, your habits? Did it make you feel understood or dismissed? No. Fast forward and realize that every time you do the same, you are repeating the cycle. But you have the power to break it. Instead of saying these kids have no respect, ask them to teach you something they love. Instead of saying the world today is broken, ask them what excites them about the future. When you do this, You bridge the gap, you transform from critic to mentoron. That is what the younger generation truly craves, not judgment, but guidance, and not criticism, but encouragement. There is the hook. Do you want to be remembered as the elder who pushed them away, or the elder who lifted them up? So let us recap these four ugly things that everyone notices, but no one tells you. Constant complaining, talking only about health problems, refusing to learn new things, criticizing the younger generation. These are not small habits, they are magnets that either pull people toward you or push them away, and the best part is you have the choice right now to change them. Do not wait for someone to hint at it. Do not wait for relationships to quietly fade. Start today, because the truth is, aging gracefully has little to do with wrinkles and everything to do with presence. This is only the first half of the message. Just stay with me, because in the next part, we will uncover for more habits that can either dim your light or make it shine brighter than ever, and trust me, you do not want to miss them. Number 5. Neglecting personal appearance. This one can feel uncomfortable, but it is necessary. There comes a point in life when some seniors say, I do not care how I look anymore. They stop dressing neatly, they stop grooming themselves, they stop caring about the small details that once mattered, and they justify it by saying looks do not matter. But here's the raw truth: your appearance is not about vanity, it is about respect. When you care about your appearance, you are sending a message to the world and to yourself that you still value life, that you still value connection, that you still take pride in who you are. But when you neglect it, you send the opposite message. People may not say it, but deep down they think this person has given up, and that thought alone creates distance. Now here is the hook. Think about the feeling when you put on a crisp shirt or a dress that fits just right. Think about the way people smile differently when they see you shining with confidence. Do not rob yourself of that. Looking good is not about being young. It is about honoring the dignity of the years you have earned, so the next time you are tempted to say it does not matter, remember this: everyone notices even when no one tells you. Number 6. Repeating the same story. Now let us talk about something almost every senior has done without realizing it. Repeating stories. You tell the same tale about the war, or about your first job, or about your children again and again, and while those stories may be precious to you, they can lose power when told too often. Here's the hidden truth: when you repeat stories constantly, you unintentionally make others feel unseen, because the focus stays on your past instead of creating a shared present. People begin to smile politely while their minds drift away. They do not tell you they have heard it before, because they do not want to hurt you, but inside they feel disconnected. So how do you break this cycle? Simple: keep your stories, but add new layers. Instead of repeating the same story the same way, ask a question after it. Say, this reminds me of my youth, but what about you? What is your version of this experience? Now the story is no longer a repetition, it is an invitation, it is a bridge. And here is the hook: do you want your stories to be echoes bouncing off walls, or bridges leading to deeper connection? Number 7. Acting superior because of agendas. One is perhaps the ugliest of all, because it comes wrapped in good intentions. Some seniors believe that because they are older, they automatically know better than everyone else. They interrupt, they dismiss, they correct, they speak as though their years give them the right to dominate. But listen carefully: age gives you wisdom. Yes, but wisdom without humility becomes arrogance. And arrogance isolates you. Think of the younger people in your life. They want guidance, but they also want respect. They want to feel that their ideas matter. When you act superior, you close their hearts. When you share wisdom with humility, you open them wide. Here's the question you must ask yourself: do you want to be remembered as the elder who silenced others, or the elder who inspired them? Because people notice even if they never say a word. They remember how you made them feel, and the ones who feel small in your presence will slowly stop coming around. So hold on to your wisdom, but wear it with humility. The kind that says, I have lived longer, but I am still willing to learn from you. Number 8. Isolating yourself. No, we come to the final habit, and it is one of the most heartbreaking: isolation. Some seniors slowly withdraw from social gatherings, from friends, from family. They say, I do not want to be a burden, or I prefer to be alone. But here is what no one tells you: isolation sends a signal that you no longer care about connection, even when deep down you crave it. And people notice. They notice when you stop showing up. They notice when you decline invitations. At first they try again, then they try less, and eventually they stop trying at all. And suddenly loneliness grows not because people abandon you, but because you unknowingly built a wall. So what is the solution? Take small steps, say yes to one gathering. Call one friend, join one new group, because connection is not a luxury at this age, it is a lifeline. And here's the hook: do you want to spend your later years fading into silence, or glowing with laughter and presence? Say so now. We have uncovered the full list, the 8 ugly things most seniors do that everyone notices, but no one tells them. Constant complaining, talking only about health problems, refusing to learn new things, criticizing the younger generation, neglecting personal appearance, repeating the same stories, acting superior because of age, isolating yourself. And the truth is this: these habits are not destiny, they are choices that can be replaced with gratitude, curiosity, humility, connection, and joy. When you release these habits, you do not just change how others see you, you change how you see yourself. You reignite the spark that makes life beautiful at every edge. So ask yourself right now, which of these 8 do I need to let go of today? Because the sooner you do, the sooner people will lean toward you with respect, admiration, and love. A conclusion with call to action. Me friend, aging with dignity is not about chasing youth. It is about protecting the light of your spirit from habits that dim it. Do not let these 8 things steal your joy. Replace them with habits that bring life back to your years, because the world still needs your wisdom, your laughter, your courage. If this message touched you, share it with someone you love. Subscribe to Elderly Wisdom for more truths that others will not say but you need to hear. Together, let us grow not just older but stronger, wiser, and brighter.